Alright guys, it's time to talk about Atom on the channel once again. Now the last time we talked about Atom, guys, was all the way back on December 11th. Now that was quite some time ago. Let's go back. Let me try to find this day here. Must have been, it's all the way back here. Yeah, right here. We had this candle and we find ourselves significantly lower than where we were. We're about half the price now, guys. So we do have kind of a resistance that basically that has been keeping us down until about yesterday. You can see that on the 13th of March we hit this for the final time, and basically we broke through it yesterday. And I think that's kind of why we're seeing a pump now. So, yeah, this has basically been keeping us down since about mid-December. You can see that we've come up several times and really hit this. We almost broke out in the beginning of March, but we only, fell back into this trend, basically, this downward trend. And, yeah, now we find ourselves getting a bounce. So, our next resistance is at about $5.11. So let's see what happens when we get there. Now let's take a quick look at the RSI real quick, guys. And yeah, on the 1 day time frame, it looks actually pretty good, pointed heavily to the upside on both time frames. So that's very good. Now weekly time frame, let's take a look at this. Yeah, oversold here. It is curving up, so that is good. Very low on the RSI, and it is pointed heavily to the upside. So that is good. Let's take a look at the monthly time frame. And yeah, okay. A little bit sideways here on the RSI. Now this Stoch is a little bit more pointed to the downside. But remember that this is a little bit slow to react. Now we are getting a small hammer candle here actually on the monthly time frame. So I do expect probably in the next month this will start to turn up again. So yeah, these longer time frames actually look pretty good. Now let's look at the shorter time frames. The 4-hour time frame basically is overbought. I mean, just look at this. We had so many 4-hour candles in a row here, and yeah, we're finally getting a red right now, and yeah, we only had this interrupted here yesterday with this red candle, but basically it's just been straight greens for a couple of days really. So let's see, let's take a look at this 1-hour time frame. Yeah, it is pointed to the downside here, and it is overbought on both time frames. 15-minute for fun. It is actually, it's oversold here on the Stoch RSI. Still is pointed down, but I do expect that this will turn up because it is fairly low at the moment. And yeah, it is pointed heavily down here, but it is in neutral territory on the RSI. So short term, I think we're going to see a little bit of a cool down here for Atom. But this is still very, I would say, just oversold, in my opinion. I mean, I think Atom should have never gotten this low. Now, let's take a look at this once again. If I see anything else, I don't really see any other patterns or anything. We do kind of have like a inverse head and shoulders. Here's like one shoulder. The shoulders here kind of never really form, though. Let me see, maybe on an hourly time frame. Yeah, okay, we have tiny shoulder. Here's a head, here's another tiny shoulder, but it's ugly. Anyways, let's just move on to the tokenomics, guys. Now, there is no max supply for Cosmos. That is one thing that a little bit concerns me. But are they going to dilute it like crazy? Hopefully not. Let's hope for the best. Now, the total supply is 440 million, and the circulating is actually, everything is circulating that, or at least on CoinGecko. I don't know if this is 100% correct, but it is, pretty low supply, I would say, guys. 440 million is not bad. Usually I try to keep my coins under like 10 billion. So this is like on par with, GT Gate Token, for example. So this can move, fairly quickly, and let's take a look down here, guys. You are getting about a 90% discount at the moment. At this price, the all-time high was about $44.45. Yeah, not bad, guys. So yeah, I do, like Cosmos. It is actually a very good ecosystem. And I think people are starting to see that it's just very, very, very oversold. And yeah, I do like it. All right, now let's take a quick look at Bitcoin here. As you can see, Bitcoin was on a long downtrend, guys. And basically, it's gotten a W pattern here. You can see that this little part of the W is higher than this part of the W over here, or this half we can call it. So that's actually a good sign. That means, this is a W pattern basically. Now, where this, target should be, let's just make a little measurement here. It's not going to be 100% perfect, but let's just say that this is kind of the breakout point. Because it's right here at this neckline, so I'm gonna put it right here basically, and yeah, it basically would take us up to about $89,500. So I do think, let me get rid of this real quick. I do think if I zoom in, this candle right here was kind of a retest of this neckline, so that is good to see. We have gotten a little bit of a bounce here. Now there still is about 3 hours on this candle, guys. We are above this just barely. I mean, we're about $200 above this right now as support. Now keep in mind, basically I'm looking at this on the 4-hour time frame at the moment, but this is a daily support for us. So we need to close this daily candle above this line. So you can see that basically from about the last like 5 days, we've hit this line like 4 times. And now we're finally breaking through it. So that's a good sign. Now, again, we are creating a CME gap too. So that in one side is not good. But yeah, we are breaking through this finally. So let's see what happens. Now, with Ethereum, I'm looking at this on a 1-hour time frame right now. We are just slightly above this Fibonacci level where we've been just for so long, and trying to break through. You can see it tried so many times, and now it looks like it's finally getting above this, what is it, 19, let's say 40 or 39 level. And yeah, guys, I haven't marked off any daily time frames or weekly time frames, but the most important thing for Ethereum is basically to reclaim this trend line. Now let me put this maybe on let's put this on a weekly time frame. It's a little bit faster. So you can see that from June of 2022, this trend line has basically provided support, and we lost that trend line basically last week, guys. So that's probably the next biggest level to reclaim. But definitely, staying in this Fibonacci at least would be a start, and especially on a weekly time frame. Now the week closes tomorrow night at midnight, of course, UTC. So we still have a while to go on that candle. So we're just slightly above the top of this, Fibonacci level. So anyways, guys, let's move on here. We do have the total market cap here, excluding Bitcoin, breaking into the 1.05 trillion territory now. So it is breaking this resistance at the moment. So let's see. Now remember, these green lines are weekly supports or resistances. So yeah, it looks like if we put this on a weekly time frame, this is actually a pretty bullish candle. I mean, you do have this long wick, and we basically just retested 970. And yeah, it looks like we're going to probably try to at least keep the 1.05 trillion level, I hope. Now we're just slightly above that, and we got 1 day and 3 hours, so let's see what happens. Altcoins are pumping, and Bitcoin is not really pumping that much though, but altcoins are really pumping. So I do believe this weekend we're going to see this go up a little bit more, And then we have 1.08 trillion to really work on next. Now, let's take a look at the dominance, guys. It actually is starting to come down. You do see it was making higher lows basically along the way. And yeah, I put this here earlier today. And yeah, let's see. I think I can delete this now. But yeah, it's going down pretty heavily at the moment. So this is the 4-hour time frame. Basically, it's been straight red candles, except the last 4-hour candle where we had little, slightly green candle here. But yeah, it is just falling down now. So let's see where this goes. We got to break this trend line basically, and we have to break what, 60.46. Then I'll start to get a little bit excited, once again. So now the CME futures, we did close this yesterday. Now there still is a little bit of a gap. It's a tiny gap. It's not really significant. I wouldn't really worry about it too much, but it still is a gap. So now this closed at 84,405 on Friday. So if we go back to Bitcoin, it is at what, 84,300. Okay, so we are actually creating a gap to the downside, which is okay. So yeah, as long as we stay under that, I would be more comfortable than if we were above that. So anyways, let's move on. Now the dollar index just kind of going sideways, guys. Pretty much all week it was just kind of sideways. So not much going on here. Now liquidation heat map, guys, it's really one of the lowest I've ever seen, actually at 87 million only. I think people are starting to learn they just gotta sit back and relax for a while, because yeah, things are going to start pumping really soon. A lot of things are just oversold at the moment. Now Bitcoin quarterly returns still not that good, but under minus 10% at the moment. Ethereum starting to creep up slowly, but we end this quarter in like 16 days, guys. So yeah, being down minus 42% is not good. And if we go to the monthly return, it is just barely green for Bitcoin. But hey, it was red for pretty much all month. So yeah, this is a start. Now the fear and greed went back up almost 20 points again. If you remember, okay, yesterday we were at 27, but the day before that, I think we were at 46 also, or 47. So, yeah, I mean, I don't like to see such a jump. Let's hope we don't, heat up too quick. But I actually expect that we will tick up a little bit more tomorrow, because this is the crypto market. It's not Bitcoin. This is crypto market. And, things are starting to look a little bit more positive with altcoins. Now, the altcoin season index, it says it's only a 22. I refreshed this right before the video, guys. And I'm a little bit surprised because my alts are pumping a lot of them. Now, if we look at the bull market peak indicators, still 0 from 30 are hit. It's still 100% hold, guys, so I'm not going to spend much time on this. Pi cycle top indicator, it's curving away. Now you can clearly see this is curving right now. So we are just prolonging the cycle, guys. So next week, let's see, not this week, next week, we do have, this is a long list here, but anyways, on Monday in America, I know we have some, let's see, we got core retail sales, we have the New York Empire State Manufacturing, so yeah, that's pretty much all we got on Monday. Tuesday, we do have some, I think, well, there's not much really going on Tuesday, actually. Maybe just some industrial production, really. And Wednesday for America is just, it's really a dead day, actually. There's nothing, as you see here. Thursday, let's see, there is, oh yeah, we do have some Philadelphia Fed manufacturing. We do have jobless claims. That's pretty much it. And then Friday, I think, is another dead day, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there's nothing really going on there. Now, interest rate decision, guys. 98% still believe we're not getting a cut. There's still 2% that are holding out hope. Crypto bubbles, well, looking a lot better, guys. I mean, this is, but it's not hard to look, good when we've been down so much though. So, if we still look at the week, still pretty bad. If we look at the month, it's still horrible. But hey, at least this is starting to turn itself around finally. Now, if you're looking to stake your coins, guys, go to Coinondo. For example, if you have Bitcoin, just search for Bitcoin. There's a lot of places where you have deals and things. Be aware of the limits and things and the days you have to, lock up your coins. You don't want to get locked into a position that you can't get out of. But anyways, guys, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you guys in the next one.